Hi, everyone. In this video, we're reading Meta Mesembrian, afternoon time or noon, from the workbook of Athenaze, part of chapter 2. Let's get through it. I'll read it in Greek, or at least parts of it, and then we'll translate. Meta de Mesembrian, ho dikaiopoulos lege, ego men proston oikon badidzo, malagar kamno, sude oxanthia, ento agro mene, kai tus litus aere, homen hun dikaiopoulos proston oikon badidze, kai kateude, Hodoxanthias mene ento agro, kai tus litus aere. Aere is a different verb. All right. So afternoon, this is a prepositional phrase, and the de is intrusive there, just a discourse marker, new sentence. Dikaiopoulos says, and then here we get the direct quote. I, and this is emphatic here, on the one hand, toward the house, am going, I'm walking. For I am very tired. Kamno covers that. Sude, so egomen, sude is marking a real strong antithesis. I'm going home. You, Xanthias, though, on the other hand, in the field, remain, mene, so stay in the field, kai tus litus aere, and the stones lift. So again, this is not English word order. We would front these verbs right after the address. But you, Xanthias, you stay in the field and you carry the stones. Hamen un Dikaiopoulos then goes toward the house. He walks toward the house and goes to sleep, falls asleep. And Xanthias remains, on the other hand, in the field and carries the stones, lifts the stones. All right, we got that. Let's go to the next part. Hode Helios, or Helios, we should say maybe, plege kai katatribe tondulon. Endeto agrodendron macron estin. Tode dendron skian pareke. Ha undulos proston macron dendron blepe. We'll stop there for now. And the sun, we have the vocab down there, is blazing, and it wears out the slave. We might prefer the enslaved man. And in the field, a great or large, tall tree is. So note what we've got going on here. We don't have a definite article, ta dendron, because we don't know about this tree yet. This is new to the discourse, so it is unmarked with a definite article. We can't be definite about it because it's indefinite at this point. What tree? Oh, there's a tree. We just learned that. So this is a great example of where Greek will not have a definite article. There are ways to be emphatically indefinite, but we'll cover that in a future lesson. For right now, noting that there's no ta here, no definite article is enough for us to really get there. Sorry, it highlighted the wrong word there. Tododendron, so now we know the tree that we're talking about. The tree, this tree that we're talking about, provides skion, shade. Ha undulos proston macron dendron blepe. And the slave looks, and we might imagine longingly, toward the tall tree. Excellent, or long tree, however you want to think about that. Epeta, then slowly toward the tree, he walks. Again, that's more Yoda speak. We want to say, then he walks slowly toward the tree. That's more natural English word order. We know what's going to happen here, right? For Dikaiopoulos isn't present. He's not there. Nominative subject, intransitive verb, parestem. That's all we need. Gar is post-positive following the subject phrase. One could, in theory, put a gar there because it is post-positive. If there was a de, it would probably appear there. But again, through niceties of language, gar is probably going to fall after that definite article noun combination. Un Xanthias. Un is smaller. It wants to move forward if possible. Xanthias then sits down under the tree. We'll talk about this case, the dative, and some other time. It's good for location, especially with a preposition like hupo. And the slave does not work, but sleeps under the tree. And Dikaiopoulos, out of the home, exits. So he comes out of his home and drives the oxen toward the field. And in the field, the slave under the tree sleeping. This is a nice participle, so that's modifying tondulon. We'll have to get there in a second. He sees, so the subject of blepe is going to be Dikaiopoulos. Lege un. So we've got this is a little bit tricky in terms of its phrasing. We might have expected a chi here, but let's break it up bit by bit. So what's Dicaiopoulos doing? He's driving the oxen into the field. In the field, the slave, and now we have to kind of jump. Let me see if I can mark this up appropriately so we can follow along. What we're getting here is a participial phrase, and we'll cover that in a few lessons. Actually, probably a number of lessons. That's kind of advanced Greek, but we're able to at least get it here in this expression, sleeping. That's a kind of gerund construction in English, but what we have here is katheudenton modifying to tondulon here. So the slave sleeping under the tree in the field, he sees, and he says then. So that's really what we probably want to chi here. We could just put a full stop if we wanted. He says then, O katarata dule, O cursed slave, why already are you sleeping underneath the tree? Already here kind of implying that the work isn't done yet. Why are you not lifting the stones? And I bet you all can tell me why there's a kappa there, as opposed to he, or as opposed to simply an u. Tiu, here we simply have the u, peres tus litus ek tu agru. Why then are you not carrying the stones from the field? O Xanthias, you're hard, you're difficult on the one hand, but lazy, very lazy on the other hand, and you don't love the work. And Xanthias picks himself up. This is a reflexive pronoun, third person singular, refers back to the subject of the sentence. We'll get to that in good time. He picks himself up and he says, I am not lazy, but I am extremely tired, for the work is long and the sun is blazing. You, master, you're the difficult one. That's kind of what this is saying. That's the emphatic su here. Su de despotes chalepos e. On the one hand, the field is good and provides a lot of grain, but you hurry toward the field and you drive the oxen and you carry the plow. If you're doing all these things, so I guess what he's saying is that's your thing. For you, you're getting all this. For you are the master and you love the field a lot. I am the slave, on the other hand, and do not love a lot the field. Don't be difficult, master. Look, I'm lifting the stones. So not some issues here in terms of kind of jumping in terms of logic, but we have the essentials here of what's going on grammatically. And I don't know what happens here that kind of changes his tone, but he's saying that, yes, as the controller of the farm, Dicaiopoulos has a different relation with it than the enslaved Xanthias does. So we're getting a little bit of perspective. It's nice to hear Xanthias's voice in this a little bit. I hope this was helpful. I'll see you in some future lesson. Till then.